so you do recognize the woman who's there. You know, she's sort of has been, you know, led into the foyer, and there's a guy in a tracksuit kind of standing, kind of keeping an eye on her. And so you do recognize her. It's a woman whose name is Star, and you know her from your days in the cult. And so she was another, you know, woman who was in this cult. But she, you haven't seen her in a long time, even prior to you leaving the cult, because she sort of ascended into the inner circle around Amos Zag. And after she was like put into this inner circle, she didn't kind of, wasn't even allowed to, like, you know, interact with like people, even other cult members who were like on the lower tier.
Right. Yeah.
And she, one thing notable is, like, she used to, I think back when you guys were in the cult was a little bit more cultural in its aesthetics. Even Amos Zag, you know, kind of wore beads and like.
Did he have a handlebar mustache?
Yes, yeah, something like that.
What I was picturing. Yes, okay.
Yeah, but now, and now she's, though, dressed in like a you know, like a suit jacket and a mini skirt, very like late 80s yuppie sort of businesswoman.
I'm sorry to be like the peanut gallery here, but I've just got this image of Amos Zag, older, little more meaty in the face, no mustache, and his hair is now waved. You know, a little more. You know, I mean, it's okay.
A little bit of a comb
the before over, and after is real clear in my head.
Yes, now. Yeah. And actually, just as I appreciate I hope we can all be the peanut gallery for everyone. I think that's the way to go. So I appreciate that. Yeah. So she's also, again, like, looks very different. But you recognize her, and she's sort of a little bit, I think she definitely wasn't expecting kind of what she saw when she kind of was let in here. This wasn't what she was expecting.
Yeah, because it's a nice house, and there's probably like an open like pizza box on like the kitchen table, and like, you know, it's kind of rad.
At least.
And I think I think even Gratitude, like, what she was, I think, probably expecting you to look a little bit more put together in some way. And so, but she's kind of trying to be polite and hiding kind of any, I mean, she's trying, you know, it's one of those things, she's trying to hide any being uncomfortable or sort of taken aback, but she's not quite succeeding at it at all. She's not succeeding at all. You can tell she's trying to be polite, but that there's this sort of thing. But she sort of is, you know, kind of shifting, and maybe she's even thinking like, I made a mistake. But then, you know, she's works, you know, then she's like, can I? Well, is it? I mean, Gratitude. I know it's been a long time. But can I talk to you in private? I just need to. I really need your help.
Yeah, Gratitude kind of, you know, smirks when she says, I need your help. Like, she gets this big smile. And this is definitely the way to get her to say yes to stuff. So yeah, she says, yeah, let's go out back by the pool. That's like the only area that's off limits to these guys. So it's, you know, not as trash. And so yeah, she leads her back to the pool.
Okay.
Which hasn't been clean recently because she's like fired all the people who used to work here. And she's not going to do, you know, labor. So yeah.
And so she'll remember. So she gets back out there and sees you, and then I think a little bit less taken aback around them. So she says, "Oh, and I'm so sorry to hear about your husband." And then she goes to even kind of give you a hug, although she's a little awkward about it. But
yeah, I mean, I think, Gratitude will hug her.
And it may be a little, it wasn't like you guys necessarily were huggy in the past. Like, this is,
right.
You know, this is like this gesture feels a little bit different than any prior.
Okay.
But you kind of let.
Gratitude's liking this. You know.
You kind of let. Okay. So she says, I don't know where to start. But I saw when I saw when I read about what happened to your husband in the paper, and I'm again so sorry to hear that. I thought that if anyone could help me, it would be you. She says, I don't know. I know you must be. I know you must know that you know that Amos is running for mayor, and he says that that the circle, which is like the name of the cult, he says that the circle has been was never isn't active anymore, but it isn't true. It isn't true. It's just been gone underground, and me and the other members of the inner circle, we've basically been kept prisoner this whole time.
The circle, it's still here.
Yeah, he's keeping us prisoner, and I just can't take it anymore. He's no one would believe me if I went to no one would believe me if I tried to tell anyone. He can make people believe what he wants them to. He can talk his way out of anything. He's going to talk himself into being in charge of the city, and that's just the start of it. I mean, he can talk away to be in charge of the whole country, and I just need to get out.
Now I have a question, because I have all this stuff about formerly knew a lot of politicians and stuff, and
yeah.
So I think do you think it's reasonable that Gratitude would know Mayor Waterston?
Oh, for sure. Yes, I was thinking exactly that. You're very much knowledgeable about them, and Waterston was like a corrupt guy, so you probably you definitely know him. Yeah.
Yeah. So Gratitude's like, well, I know that information that would besmirch Amos's. I don't know if she says besmirch. She says a different word. Whatever. I say besmirch.
Embarrass Amos.
Yeah, embarrass Amos publicly would be valuable for Mayor Waterston, and I know him. I can lead you to him. It just for me, to help you. I know you're doing really well, and she kind of like gestures to this ratty clothing she's wearing, and she's like, first things first, tomorrow you could pick me up or I could pick you up and we could go on a big shopping spree and you could pay for it. Like, I just, I really need basically a mom or a dad right now. And, if you would, I can bring you the places you need to go. I just need you to kind of support me.
Oh, man.
She said, so she starts to cry and sort of looks at her clothes and looks at yours, and she says this isn't mine. I don't have they don't let me have any money of my own, but I know where we can get it if you can help.
Okay.
By the way, Sam, pro tip.
Yeah.
The language that came to mind when you were talking what Gratitude was saying, the phrase "It's so good to see you," could just be thrown at random into what you were telling Star, because that's the. Anyway, I see the grins on my fellow players' faces. You get what I mean, right?
So she just cried when you were talking about her clothes, looking at it, like she starts to cry, but she says, I know where we can get some.
Yeah. Okay. I think Gratitude is just like, tell me about it and don't bullshit me.
This isn't. She's like, of course. She's like, when I. So she said I don't know what it's for, but I know that Amos has a deal coming up that he needs a lot of cash for, and he's keeping it for a safe he's keeping it in the safe in his apartment. It will only be there for a night, and I figured that he's I figured that, well, when I read about your husband and kind of what work he was in, I thought that you might know people who could be able to help me get that. And
Yeah, I think gratitude is looking around and making sure that, we really are in private. I mean, do these guys snoop on me, or do they
I don't,
really
I
let
mean,
me be alone?
it's good. I like that you're trying to set yourself up for extra betrayals and such. I think at the moment they would not try to snoop.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So I think,
as we develop them, and we might develop one that turns into someone who wants to
right.
horn in. But right now, I don't think
Yeah.
we know enough about them to say that they're snooping.
Okay. Yeah. So I think gratitude is like, you know, let's take a walk or something and talk about this more. I think, we don't want to include many people. We don't want to if there's a lot of money, we don't want to split it between many people at all. And she's getting really excited. She starts to be really nice again to what do you
The
forget this
star,
person's name? To Star.
yeah.
And she's like, before we go, like, maybe this is a nice neighborhood, you said, so before we go, she's gonna like get some like wine that they can bring and like to walk around with, so that there's absolutely no chance that anyone is hearing them talk about this, because yeah, I think Brad is pretty paranoid.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I like the you sure talk differently to people when they suddenly discover they don't have any money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Like it. So we can maybe pick up on that. Let's go back to Willie, and then say, so what is Willie going to do now that he's in?
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm clattering down the sidewalks with my little, like, you know roly pop up handle, smallish suitcase, and walking along and feeling like I'm so conspicuous. I've got this suitcase.
Yeah.
Um, it's not working hours, so I mean, look at me. I mean, I'm totally out of place. Anybody who sees me right now can would remember me, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a walking witness target, like, right now.
Yeah.
Got to clear my head. Got to stay alert. So I'm gonna, stop by a kiosk, and kind of aimlessly flip through, a random magazine or two, um, and shake out, go into the little bag, take out a white plastic bottle, right, and screw it. One pill,
Just one.
right? Screw it back in. It doesn't go back in the suitcase. This one's going in my pocket. And
Nice.
so I'll buy a magazine at random. And okay, that makes everything cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I could be going. I could be going anywhere. I could be coming home from something. Okay. And so I'm going to. Where am I going to go? What I need is anonymous cash. I need anonymous cash.
Yeah.
I'm going to the bus station. I'll
Okay.
go to the city
Yeah.
bus station, and I'm going to, not the big Greyhound kind of bus station,
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever
I
the
know what you're
dog
talking
is,
about.
whatever the dog is named in this particular fiction, and
Yep.
I'll the whippet. Who knows? Um, so I'll get there, and it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Let's see if I've still got it. So I'm going to talk to people who are arriving and give them a hand doing something, and explain that there was some kind of mix up, and that if I had $20, then I could do this, and then of course they would get their $20 back, and maybe 100. I could spare 100 out of this wad that I'm supposed to be getting, and drawing circles and arrows in
Yep.
the air while doing this, and so I'm basically hustling, and I'll give Willie a little credit. He's not going to pick on some teenager. He's ended up talking to, like, you know how they have these little bars in train stations or
Yeah.
any kind of like
Yeah.
big transit juncture.
Yeah.
And these places are sometimes like mazes, right? Tunnels going to the train, one to the bus station, you know, and like these little, and it's seedy. It's kind of, you know, so these places are kind of, I mean, nobody cares about any of these places, right?
Yeah, it's seedy, and it's like this 1970s public kind of architecture that's,
it's like a big
this
bathroom,
industrial.
right? Yeah. And so and like so one of the holes in the wall maybe has, I'm thinking actually of a place, Chicago train station looked like this, where there's a it's so yeah, it is, it's like this wall that's just basically bathroom tile, right? You know, this long curving corridor, and then there's like this hole in it which is a doorway, and it's all dark in there, and there's a neon sign like with a cocktail, and it's there like at all day 24/7. You know, it's 11 o'clock in the morning and there's this bar, and so and you go in there. I've never went in there in real life, and I always thought, you know, that is the pit of hell, right? And if you who would get a, you know, who would actually stop and get a martini at 11 a.m. here, right? I don't get it.
Sometimes life turns that into the best option.
Willie's very thought.
Yeah.
So and so therefore I'm scamming in there. So you know, and my bag fits in, you know, I just got off of this, you know, and I'm spotted the schedule, so I named the right thing, and chatting up exactly the most lonely looking in transit but very middle class kind of professional guy that I can find. So yeah, I'm want to make some money. I need a wad of cash.
So you're talking up this guy, you know, is his name is Frank. You know, he's probably actually
That's exactly what I was going to call it.
His name. There you go. Yeah. That's his name. He says he's from out of town. He's traveling through. He's actually looks sort of together, except that, you know, his main problem is he's decided he needed to drink at like 11 o'clock in the morning. Like this is like not his first one of the day. So like
perfect, right.
You know, he's probably on his way down, but he doesn't realize that yet. I mean, he hasn't quite connected to him that this is actually, you know, is a sort of a slide into like where you're not doing so well. But for now, he's got cash, and he's
nothing like Willie, of course. This is like Willie's thought balloon assessing the guy, and of course that's not me. I mean, I'm here too, scamming someone for cash, but it's not like I'm on the slide anywhere down anywhere, right? Not me.
Exactly.
Right.
Very,
good thing I'm not like him. I always feel sorry for guys like this.
Able to be very objective about his issues. So he's already a little, like I said, he's already a little tipsy even before he got here. And so I think he's, you know, so I don't think he's that difficult to he's not going to be that difficult to kind of scam anything out of.
I'm looking forward to when you do decide I hit a tough nut. Okay.
Well, you know,
it's going to come. It's going to come. Yeah.
I want to, you know, I'm trying to arrange it as
no, I get it. When the hammer drops, it'll be different.
It'll drop. Yeah.
So, all right then. Excellent. So basically,
I'll give you 3.
Yeah, I'm hitting for 3. I've got a trait in here, right? The wheeling and dealing somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Small time scams, whatever it was.
Oh, small. Yeah. Wait.
There's some phrase in there.
Wait. Oh, favors and scams. Yeah. The scams. Yep.
Right. So,
1. Yep.
So there we go. That 1 die there, and I lost a pool die last time, but I'm going to gamble a die. So let's hit it. And I come up with a 1.
Nice. So do you want to narrate or get a die or?
Oh, I'll just this one's for you, John. I'll get my die back.
Mm-hmm. So he's, you don't have to work. He does most of the work for you. He's he kind of loses track of how many drinks he's paid. He doesn't it's like he doesn't realize that it's year round, and sort of leaves extra change for the tip that you pocket. And then, does Willie want to kind of, I think he even goes to the bathroom and leaves his wallet there.
Oh, no, that's low class. No. Well, the point is that this is the short con. He's going to front me just 200 so I can do the thing and get this ticket out of there because there was this confusion. So I get that. And when I come back, I'll cut him in,
So you
get that back plus extra, of course.
Right. I forgot it. Yeah, that makes sense. So he kind of buys it. He's like, oh, of course I'll help you out. He gives you the address of the hotel he's going to be staying at, so you can,
of course,
pay him back. Mm-hmm. And he says he'll be there for the next day or so. And he's happy to help. You made his day.
Excellent. Well, it's good to have from. By the way, let me give you a little bit of advice. I mean, this is the big city. A lot of bad people running around. They'll take anything they can whenever they can. You keep an eye on that wallet. You don't leave that thing you shouldn't even be showing that thing. Never, rather than you left it right there, man. Be careful. So, yeah. So I'll.
Extra trust points for you. He's kind of all in on trusting Willie.